Hey guys, Joe Stereo here, or John Jermox, excuse me, um, or whatever it is, doesn't really matter. Um, Change of location actually, because there's actually some work being done in my room right now, so I think this is more of a secure thing. Plus, I don't want to get into a lot today because basically the U.S. game is today, along with Mexico playing World Cup qualifiers, by the way. Eh, And no, it's not that what culture World Cup thing that's going around. I stated on Twitter what I was going to talk about, and last week, if you haven't seen the end result of that video, then you're possibly blind. Blind or didn't hear it, or you don't want to hear it, but unfortunately, you're going to have to because if we're going to have to live between Shane and AJ Styles, which I think is a good match on paper, and the fact that Shawn Michaels said no to it, you should also give some respect to Shane. But it's that one match at WrestleMania where a lot of people have been complaining, oh, it should have been John Cena, it should have been these two. I'm talking about The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. That match that has been in the works for a while is happening, and of course, you guys are more concerned about this match than the AJ and Shane McMahon match. Okay, let's get one thing straight here. January 29th, 2017. The Royal Rumble was at San Antonio. I, along with a lot of people, were in attendance, waiting for number 30. Who was the number 30 man? But when that 3 second thing happened, I knew who was coming out. I knew it was Roman from the beginning. Was I upset about it? Yeah, but I still went for Roman no matter what. He did a good job. But the moment that shocked me was when he threw over The Undertaker. This match and Roman doing his best eyebrow raise. The Rock can only do that, Roman. Sorry. You tried your best, but your best is not good enough when it comes to that. But you are a great worker, by the way. And I'm a fan as well. But then Roman uttered the lines, this is my yard now. And Undertaker said, this ain't over. And Roman didn't win the match, so you guys are possibly happy, but still mad that he entered it. Okay, let's get into this now. The match has been announced. Taker ends up chokeslamming Roman after Roman comes out. This was the night after Fastlane. And the next following week, Roman the Gong fighting Jinder Mahal. The Gong goes up. Roman almost loses, but disposes Mahal, thank God. And Shawn Michaels warns him about everything. I think I'm going a little too fast here. Nah, actually, no. I'm summing this up because this is basically where the best part comes in. Roman not wanting to hear Shawn Michaels' advice, well, he did. He basically said, The Undertaker retired you, and I'm going to be the one retiring him. And Strowman comes out and bops him. And the next last Monday was the main event where Roman versus Strowman happened. Of course, it's Brooklyn. The road to WrestleMania in these last 4 weeks. Why? In places where you know Roman is hated. Why? anyway, Roman and Strowman were having a bout, and when Roman was about to head up for the spear, the gong goes off, and pitch black. Everything goes pitch black. And then Undertaker shows up. Undertaker choke slams Strowman. I gotta hand it to Strowman. He took that well, like way high. And of course, Taker going, he knew that the spear was coming and he had to do it. And he got speared by Roman. Fans still, and that annoying whoever that person booing the loudest. Ugh. The nanny is over. You don't have to have that nasal voice right there because that is the most annoying thing. No, that's what made me go. So okay, if you could edit the boos, at least edit her voice, please. It's annoying. And that was a female. I could tell it was a female. Roman goes out, and then Taker does his trademark sit up, and then does the. Yeah, well, I'm not. I don't have a long enough tongue, so I can't really do it. But let's get into this. What did I think about this match idea? I love it. I love how it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Undertaker. Come on, two big dogs fighting each other. Come on. let's thank God this isn't in Philadelphia, Philadelphia, where Michael Vick X-nay on the Michael Vick gay and all that. You know that whole fiasco with Michael Vick and the dogs. It's praise on intended satire. I don't know where I went with that. Sorry. Sometimes things are swings and misses, but let's talk about why I like this match personally. Roman is fighting the Undertaker. Out of the top three candidates that were perfect for this year's the opponent for Undertaker, it was narrowed down by a lot of fan votes who are 50-50 with Roman, a lot of 100% with Roman. It came down to Cena, Roman, and Bray. Bray went out already because he faced the Undertaker at 31. John Cena, I'm gonna get into him a little bit, and the last one, Roman Reigns. And I'm not licking you off, everybody. This is just ring, my other finger. But forget it. And Roman was narrowed down. Plus, Vince McMahon wanted this whole thing happening anyway. But where do I begin with the complaints that fans do not want to see this match? Roman's not the heel. Taker can't be the heel. We'll still cheer for Taker. We'll boo for Roman. Ew, mew, mew. As much as I wanted to see John Cena fight The Undertaker, they had every opportunity to have John Cena take on The Undertaker. Many times. Cena says he's not this backstage manipulator. Okay, what happened with the Nexus then? That was your doing, man. That was your creative control, and you basically screwed up one of what could have been one of the greatest factions ever. Yeah, you're not backstage manipulator. I wouldn't be fighting you, Miz. I would be fighting the Undertaker. I have full respect for Cena, but him saying that makes me go, then what happened to the Nexus, man? What happened to the Nexus? I wouldn't want to see Bray Wyatt versus Undertaker again. I saw part of the match, but didn't finish it. But you know what? It looked like a good match, to be honest with you. I think I'll rewatch it. But let's get on with this. The Undertaker, it, even though he has always said this is my last one, for the last few years, I said that to Vince, but still continued on and said I'll be back next year. But here's what was different with this one. Taker met months prior to Vince saying, I can't wrestle with the new hips that I'm gonna get. This is my last call. And Vince was playing it off like, oh, you're just kidding, Taker. Taker's not kidding. This is the Undertaker, the guy that was in gorilla position, that was gonna force Shawn Michaels. It was gonna attack Shawn Michaels if he didn't go through with the match. This is the Undertaker, and what he says is serious. Seriously, this is the Undertaker. Even though this is not what he looks like now, beer belly and everything. But so Vince had the idea of Roman Reigns facing the Undertaker. There was but then he threw out Strowman, but Taker said no to that, and then Vince ended up putting up Cena. And from what I heard, Taker said, as much as I like it, Vince, I want to I want to lose to someone younger, and that was when Roman Reigns was involved. Yep, Vince put it there, and Taker said he will put Roman over, which, of course, people are saying, oh, that's what Vince said. Someone wrote that for Taker. If you are a true Undertaker fan, then you should know that's what it is. Accept it. Undertaker, this is Undertaker's possibly last WrestleMania. If he wants to go out losing, let him lose. It's not going to be the end of the world. How how many times? Look, you all seen what happened at the Royal Rumble. Taker was unhealthy. He wasn't the same. People were worried, and to be honest, I was like, when Roman threw him over, I went like, wow, he is out of shape. And the whole point I'm just going to say here is this. As much as I like The Undertaker, I don't think we should see him break down in the middle of the ring. I know a lot of you say, oh, put up a poll. Oh, no, Taker, retire now. We don't want you to lose to Roman. We don't like Roman. You want Taker to retire without one more match? A match that's already been scheduled? A match that was planned in advance? A match that was building up? Sometimes I don't get you. You anti-Roman fans. You make claims that make no sense. Yes, there are some points to your logic, but in more honesty, you guys are literally the stupidest idiots ever. Trademark Chris Jericho. Sorry about that. No, seriously, you cannot make up your minds on why you hate Roman because one person will say this, one person will say that. The one person I will slap in the face saying that it was because he replaced Chris Hero. Hero gained weight and wasn't perfect. No, they were thinking about him, by the way, but until Hero's this is what I heard. Hero was out of shape apparently, and even if he was assigned to the Shield, I don't think the Shield would have been memorable. I think it would have died a year into it. I'm just saying. But for the Taker to go up against Roman Reigns right here, you have to look at it from a huge standpoint. Roman is a person that should get the Undertaker. Love him or hate him. You can listen to Solo Master's review on this. He also pointed this out. But the thing that people want to know about Roman is if he's going to turn heel. And as much as I don't want to see Roman turn into the bad guy, I think it's time. I don't know what Vince is going to do. He's the one with the final say, and I think this is going to be a tougher decision than what he did with Brock Lesnar, and I think he regrets that fully. This is different. If the streak was alive and Roman was if Roman was fighting Taker in Taker's last match, people would have cheered for Roman Reigns because he's the right person. And John Cena, he had every chance. And of course, people thought Braun Strowman should have been in. If Strowman injures the Undertaker in the middle of the match, you think people are going to forgive Strowman? They're going to brutalize Strowman. I don't know why you guys can't accept certain matches. Why is this one such one you are not willing to give a chance to? Why are you so upset that Roman is fighting The Undertaker in Undertaker's last match? You wanted John Cena? Well, guess what? Cena's not even going to be the next night at WrestleMania, next night on SmackDown after WrestleMania. He's going to be gone for 3 to 4 months. And you're going to tell me that a heel Cena doesn't show up for 3 to 4 months after shooting a movie, comes back, people are going to go, what was the last thing John Cena did? Oh, yeah, he ruined The Undertaker. Wow, that is really smart logic for a lot of you. John Cena leaves and all that. John Cena had every chance to fight The Undertaker. He had every chance. But in the end, they can't turn Cena heel. They don't want to risk it. As much as Cena's in his prime, still in his prime, I believe, they don't want to risk it. They literally don't want to risk it. I can't blame them, to be honest with you. This is where I'm just gonna say this. This match is happening. Deal with it. You ungrateful fans who don't deserve to be wrestling fans because you're afraid of him beating the Undertaker like that, like this. A spear, T3. It's gonna be multiple spears. It's gonna be multiple Superman punches, and it's gonna be a hell of a match. And a lot of you will admit it, even though that you're too afraid or don't have the balls or the brains to admit it. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And you know what? That's my opinion. And Jim Cornette is there as well. So what's gonna happen now? We're gonna find out when WrestleMania happens next week. Okay? When that happens, that happens. And even though I didn't talk that much about Roman and Undertaker, but I was pointing out a few pointers here because it makes zero sense why people don't want Roman fighting the Undertaker. You know what? If you can't deal with it, then do the following. Unfortunately, I'm not going to cuss, sadly. I'm just going to say, think about it for like 5, 10 minutes. Get your anti-Roman mind out of it. Think about this match and how is it going to play. And just to add a couple more minutes here, You got to look at it from a huge standpoint. Taker is the one that will agree on what way the match is going to end and how it's going to play out. He's not going to take one spear, two spears, but three spears or maybe four spears he's going to take. Because this is not Brock Lesnar. This is The Undertaker, the Phenom. Sorry, the Phenom, the dead man. The one and only The Undertaker. Taking on the big dog Roman Reigns. And you're going to tell me that this match is going to be horrible? The only way it becomes a horrible match is when your brain sees it that way. And it just proves how stupid you could be. No offense for me calling you stupid. It's what it is with a lot of you guys. And that's how I'm going to end it today. And you know, that is the episode of Soup Fridays I was looking forward to doing. And you know what? If you can't deal with it, thank you, screw you, bye. In the words of the great Jim Cornette. Either enjoy WrestleMania as it is, or just go, I want to see this match. You may be missing out on something phenomenal. If Roman turns heel, I think everybody will go crazy. If he doesn't, it's not going to be career suicide. It's going to be, it's Roman. What do you expect? But deal with it. And for next week's Shoot Fridays, there will be a surprise. As usual, I'm Joe Stereo, aka John Dramoxican, whatever it matters. And see you guys next week here on Shoot Fridays.